open meeting of the Needham Retirement Board is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the Governor's order suspends the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed to and encouraged to participate remotely, which we are doing. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. For this meeting, the Needham Retirement Board is convening by Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that the meeting is being recorded, and I noted that it is, and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you, and that take cannot to screen share. And that take care not to screen share your computer. Sorry. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer and put your phone on Do Not Disturb when you're not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. And then finally, each vote is going to be taken by a roll call vote. So there, we have it. First of all, I would like to welcome Mr. Robert Papetti, and I know you go by Bobby or Bob. How do you, Bob? Does it matter? Bob?
Oh, that's fine, Bob or Bobby, whatever you'd like.
Okay. To the Needham Retirement Board, Bob is, of course, our newest member and was elected by unanimous consent of the board. So welcome, Bob, and I hope that you've been able to get together with Jake and Liz and to go over some of the basic requirements and things that we go over. And if any time during the meeting you have a question on something that we're kind of buzzing through, just let me know, and we will be more than happy to give you a further explanation. So on behalf of everyone, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for the unanimous vote. And yes, Jake and Liz are both of them are very, very respectful. They call me all the time. He went through a test with me yesterday. I couldn't get connected with him, but I really appreciate that. He's a good man. I'm really looking forward to working with him.
Yes, he's an excellent resource, believe me. Me as well, because I'm technologically challenged. So as a matter of fact, I forgot my packet and he had to run and make me a copy. So
yeah, he's good.
There you go.
I can't believe he delivers them all by mail too. He was in my house, put it in the mailbox. I didn't even see him.
Oh yeah, it's hand delivered. Okay, the September minutes. Do I have a motion on the minutes?
Motion.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I had a question on the minutes. We had a vote on a previous funding schedule that was a 2-2 tie. And then we had a spirited discussion that lasted probably 20 minutes or more, but there's no mention of that in the notes.
I submitted those, so.
Yeah, we have those. We can add that back into the packet. I was trying to keep it to a somewhat of a condensed format, but we can incorporate those.
Yeah,
think
no,
it's important that you do that because, oh, wait a minute. This is Sandy Sincana. You have to say your name before you speak.
Please.
I think it's important that we incorporate that discussion because otherwise, if it was a layperson just to come pick up the minutes, they're going to think it was just smooth sailing all the way through and we don't do any deliberation.
Yeah, I had submitted, what I submitted was like a good 10 pages long. So yeah, we can add those back.
So, what's the consensus? Do we want to hold off on these minutes until they're incorporated?
Yep.
I would say, because that's an important point.
Yeah, this is John. That meeting was almost 3 hours last month, and
Right.
it was a process, like Sandy says, to get to that the funding schedule we agreed on. So it definitely, I believe, should be in there.
Okay, do I have a motion to table the minutes until the next meeting?
The motion to table the minutes.
Second.
Need a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Sakata made the second. Any further discussion? A roll call vote. Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Ms. Sincata?
Yes.
Mr. Kowecki?
Yay.
Mr. Papetti?
Yes.
Okay, the chair votes yes. Okay. Attachment A, I see, Jess, you're a little busy this month with all the new people.
Yeah, that's a school committee on an austerity program.
Yeah, wicked.
Bob, just for your information, these are all new employees that were eligible to be members of the retirement system and therefore had to complete an application and provide us specific documentation. And then once Liz has all of this documentation, then she moves forward with creating their file and then presenting it to the board. We do have to approve all new members, although there's really never any kind of a controversy unless there's a problem with how many hours somebody worked. But that's what all of these attachments are.
Yeah, for Bob, he should understand that teachers are not part of our system, but all non-teaching in the school department are part of our system.
Okay, so do I have a motion on?
So moved.
Second.
Who made the motion? Ms. Sincana?
Yes.
Second? I have a second.
Bob Merles did.
Yes, second.
Roll call vote. Mr. Charles? Mr. Rose?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Sincana?
Yes.
Mr. Kowecki?
Yay.
Mr. Papetti?
Yay.
Okay. The payroll warrant is $1,134,575.05. Going down a little bit from last month. That's a good thing.
Mhm.
And Bob, Mr. Papetti, Bob P. This is the monthly payroll that's paid out that you are a part of. And this again has to be approved by the board every month, usually done virtually after the fact because we can't delay the payroll because it hasn't been approved. But
I didn't know I was getting paid for this, to be honest with you.
okay, do I have a motion on the payroll warrants?
Motion to accept.
Mr. Morales made the motion. I have a second. Mr. Kowecki? Second. Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Morales?
Yes.
Ms. Sincana?
Yes.
Mr. Kowecki?
Yay.
Mr. Papetti?
Yes.
Expense warrant. These are the monthly expenses that the retirement system has incurred. The top two lines are expenses that we pay to the town to pay our employees. The town is nice enough to allow our employees to be paid through the town's payroll, and we have to reimburse them for everything inclusive of benefits. As you may or may not know, the retirement board is a separate entity from the town. They are not a town department. We have our own accounting system. We do our own retirees payroll. We pay our own expenses. We do our own investing. So this is our expense warrant for the month, which is $32,117.89. Which seems
Motion to accept.
a reasonable
Second,
amount. So I have a motion to accept, Mr. Morales. Do I have a second?
second,
Mr. Kowicki, I have a second. Roll call vote. Mr. Morales.
Yes, what would you like?
Oh, it's Zincott.
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Kowicki.
yay.
Mr. Papetti.
Yes.
The chair votes yes. Okay. No, not that. Okay. Let's go to the operating statement, Mr. Morales. You got any good news for us? Bad
No.
news?
Well, actually, to go back to the minutes,
Oh, sorry.
I think I was misquoted or something. In the minutes, it says something about the stock market being in disarray, and that's actually not true. The stock market, for instance, the Dow is just about where it was at the beginning of the year. The NASDAQ is up 32% for the year, and the S&P is up 9%. I think that's the only thing that's keeping us afloat here. You notice that I think in January, our footings were 181 million, and through August, they were 187 million. And I'll take that any time of the day in this environment. I think we have a challenge ahead of us through the end of the year. And the order of importance, I thought, was the election, the stimulus, and the virus. I think I put the virus back on top again, if you can see across the country and across the world. Actually, it's been a surge. And I noticed this morning the Dow was off for like 300 points, and the comment was the concern over the virus. So I think we're going to have to worry about that, the election, and I think the stimulus package, which now they're saying won't come out till after Election Day. I think that would be a very good boost to us. But all in all, I mean, we've gained $6 million for the year. I don't think we're doing too badly. It could be a heck of a lot worse. So I think we just have to keep our fingers crossed, keep your mask on, and we'll see what happens in the next 30 to 60 days. But anyways, that's the best shot I have. So.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Motion made to accept.
Motion by Mr. Kowicki. Do I have a second? I need a second.
I'll second it. Sounded good.
Okay, Mr. Papetti seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call vote. Mr. Morales.
Yes.
Ms. Zincott.
Yes.
Mr. Kowicki.
Yay.
Mr. Papetti.
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Okay, Jake, do you have anything cooking?
Just two things. Yes, we'll incorporate Bob's, we'll strike that disarray comment from the minutes. We'll fix that, and I'll bring the revised minutes to the next board meeting.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's also like a typo again, so we'll go over that.
One thing I did with the bank statements this month is I saw a caption over the weekend about how Franklin, their town, not their retirement system, but their town was hacked in some way for $500,000. And so then I thought about how can we be a little bit stronger in protecting some of our core data. So on my bank statement here, I black out the account numbers now.
Well, I think if anybody's going to get hacked, it's going to be Prim, because they have all the money. I mean, we could lose data, but we can't. I don't think we could lose any money directly between the hacker and us. Do you agree?
True, but I'm just saying, you know, for our two accounts that I do see the account numbers for, at least I'm protecting those going forward. So you can see those by the blocks on the screen or on in your packet, the blocked out areas.
Yeah, I think blocking them out is a good idea. I don't know the specifics of what happened, whether it was electronic, whether it was cyber crime or check fraud. I believe it was, I don't know, I can only speculate because I don't know any of the details of how it happened, but I do know that.
I thought it was a phishing scam.
Yeah. So, you know, they probably, a vendor, I'm thinking a capital project for that amount of money, they maybe have emailed someone and said, oh, don't send a check to Joe Smith. I want you to send it to Joe Jones at this address. And they did that, they paid that to that wrong individual. That's really kind of what phishing is. So,
Right. That's why we require.
Very, very careful.
That's why I require the retirees, if they want to make a change to their address or the direct deposit, we require a copy of, well, in direct deposit, not only do we require a voided check, we require a copy of their license. Because we were just like, you know, last year when we went to that, one of those seminars, you know, the emerging issues, you know, so we came right back and we made those changes because we're just like, don't want to see anybody get robbed. So I've had 3 people come in over the last year having to make changes because somebody else got a hold of their, you know, the check.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. I would think that the town itself would be more susceptible to this kind of fraud.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder what the town does to prevent this. Is there any?
We have a lot of extra security, not only on the town side, but I do on the bank side.
Mm-hmm.
I have an additional layer of security on the bank side so that if they see anything that's, you know, an anomaly, a weird transfer, not going to the correct parties,
Mm-hmm.
it's blocked. So yeah, believe me, I have a lot of security. We have a system called Positive Pay, which we submit all the information to the banks for payroll, for example. If you've got your name, your address, the dollar amount, and if this doesn't match their system, they will not cash the check. They will not process the deposit. So, and they contact us immediately. So it's, I've got as much security on it as I possibly can. I've got what they call debit blocks so that no foreign country or person can get into the town's bank accounts and take out, you know, withdraw money. And that is a reason too why the retirement board staff, not that I don't trust them, do not have any access to the bank accounts other than to look at the bank statement online. They do not have any authority to transfer any money or do any financial activities. That's all done on the treasurer side. So I think we have done about everything we can. But as you know, if somebody's going to get in there, they're going to get in there. But we're as protected as we possibly can be. Deposits, balances are checked every day. Activity is verified. So I think we're
Let's just not make it too.
I mean, you have to be cautious. Somebody calls up, just arbitrarily says, you know, I need to change the address, like Liz was saying. I need to change the banking information on my deposit. Well, you don't know if it's the right person.
Right.
You know, you can't do it by phone call. And really, I don't even like it by email because anybody could send you an email and send, you know, I like to see live signature on anything that I do with an employee. 457, any of the deferred comps, I want a live signature. So people don't like it because of the virus and everything they have to deal with, but I still require a live signature. So, yeah, to answer the long answer to your question, Bob, but the short answer is, yeah, everything is as protected as I possibly can be. I don't want to lose sleep at night. So,
Yep. Okay.
This is John. Is it worth looking into cybersecurity liability insurance? There's companies out there now
Excuse me.
that are.
I am required as town treasurer to have a bond. So I am bonded on the treasurer side, collector side, and on the retirement board side. So I am protected by a bond.
I wonder
So
if
that's if I steal money in the town.
I wonder if that's covered under that insurance we have.
I'm sorry?
I wonder if that's covered by the insurance that we might, you know, the insurance we have through.
Yes, we do have that insurance with Macros. Yeah.
I don't believe that covers cyber stuff.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see what other, call up some of our friendly neighboring retirement boards and ask them, do they have that kind of insurance and what do they do? You know, I think it's a good question. We'll see what everybody else does.
Well, some boards, the retirement board staff does everything. Retirement board staff writes the checks. Retirement board checks does the funding. Retirement board deals with all of the money. I mean, the staff of the retirement board deals with all the money. And I had to put together a whole thing for Kate, well, I guess a year back now, as to what security we had because of one of the retirement systems. Somebody stole a lot of money.
Yeah, Maynard.
Who was it?
Maynard.
Maynard, yes, yeah.
$750,000.
Right.
Okay.
All right. The budget. We're looking good. This is yeah, it is. Never mind. The town fiscal year. So
For clarification, Bob, this budget is the money that we control. These are the bills that we pay, and this is a budget that we have. There's another part of the budget which I've asked to be footnoted on this is the charges we pay for the investment fee, which is substantial. I think right now for the year we paid, I don't know, over $400,000. So actually, I'd like to have that footnoted on here.
Yeah, Mr. Merles, it's noted up top with an asterisk. It's the second one down, but I can put it as a footnote and a little bit more explanation if you prefer at the bottom of the page.
Yeah, we don't have any control over that. This we have control over, and I think we used to have it in here, and I suggested that we take it out and just footnote it at the bottom.
Okay.
I mean, in August, they charged us $19,000. But every 6 months, it gets into the 150 to 200,000 range. So anyway, so I'd like to see it on there. Outside of that, I don't have any comments about the budget at all.
yeah, I have one. Jay, could you just add a column that reflects the percentage of the budget remaining?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that at any point you could look at it like at the beginning, the middle of the year, you say, okay, we're at 50%, we're doing good. You know what I'm saying? So that I like to just see that.
Yep.
Do I want the percent spent or the percent still available?
Okay.
Spent.
Yeah. I was getting confused. Is this fiscal budget or an annual budget?
So it is fiscal for you guys, but our system and everything we do here in a retirement board is based on a calendar year, including PERAC, and our annual statement is January through December. But I do make this, I think, because sometimes Dave Davison will inquire about certain things. So we do have our operating budget, this segment of it, as a fiscal budget.
I can never understand why we have two different things. We have the fiscal year and the calendar year, and I don't understand why it isn't all one.
Well, the retirement system goes on a calendar year, which is their fiscal year. I don't know why. It's always been that way. I mean, it's just, I agree. It's ridiculous that we have to deal with 2 fiscal years.
Because I notice Pritt uses that to their advantage sometimes when they print, oh, well, for the fiscal year, well, this is the amount. But if you look at it annually, it's of course a different amount. But I don't know. It is what it is. Sorry I brought it up.
Okay, old business. Do we have any old business? Anything hanging out there, Jake? Do we have any disabilities? That would be new business. But
Well, we do. We have Lloyd Hurdle is progressing through the next phase is to they made an appeal to DALA. So that is in process. Michael Sacco really at that point is taking over, kind of leading that that part of the disability now. I don't have any specific update from his office as to calendar or docket and all that stuff, but I could inquire an update from him about that. Brian Campbell is a retired firefighter.
I'm gonna ask you not to mention names.
Okay, so and that's why they're not listed there.
Okay. Well, going to DALA, I mean, the last time I heard, it was like 3.5 years before those things get heard.
Mhm.
Is that changed at all?
I'm not aware.
Uh-huh.
No, I think Michael
I
said
thought you're talking to Mike.
2 to 3 years. Yeah, especially now. I mean, who knows what it is now?
Yeah. How about the Siegel audit?
Siegel, as they have now, that
And
very day.
Melanson?
Okay.
And the Melanson audit?
Okay. So
Is that-
all
Okay,
right.
go ahead.
Okay, so Siegel should be wrapping up. They know what assumption that the board chose and finally settled on after last meeting. So they also sent over their findings and their report in draft form over to Melanson. So the short answer is both Melanson and Siegel are wrapping up their final reports to be issued. And I would expect, and I will touch base with both of them, I would have expected to have received it by now, but I suppose by the end of October, we should definitely have it, and I'll know by next meeting for sure.
Do we know if there's a management letter on that Melanson audit report?
I think it's customary, but I would have to confirm that with them.
I haven't been told of any. I'm sure there will be some comments, as there always are, but I haven't been told specifically that what is going to be on there, and they should send us a management letter for our review.
Right.
Before it's actually finalized. A couple of things, Jake. Could you put together 2 letters for me? They probably could be the same, but I need one to go to PARAC with the resulting vote on the actuarial study, what the board has voted, and they will probably want a copy of it, I'm assuming, because they have to kind of approve it. And then I need a copy to go to the town manager. I need a letter to go to the town manager, CC Dave Davison, with the fact that we accepted 6.5%, and I've given him a copy of the study already, but just to give him the relevant page that you put in the minutes, I think that would be sufficient, unless Unless if Kate wants a copy of the audit that she could, not audit, the actuarial study, she's more than welcome to have it. Okay, but we have to definitely inform PARAC that we've done that, and just run the letters by me before we send them out. Okay. Did you notify the retirees of our new board member?
Yes,
Okay.
it was on the September deposit slip.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we. Huh? I'm sorry.
You broke up.
I can't understand you. I can't. All right, Mr. Krowecki's term is up in December.
Yes, Liz and I can confirm the date. I think it's in the ballpark of December 18th, but time is quickly passing by. So as soon as Bob's seat had wrapped up, we really should be, this is more for Liz, but we need to start getting some nomination correspondence out there for John's seat. And we can work on a timeline and run it by Evie. I gave an idea of a timeline in the minutes here. We can discuss offline, make sure those dates work for everybody involved. But
Mr. Krowecki, can I go out on a limb and ask if you are going to run again?
At this time, I'm undecided. I still haven't decided yet. Talking about, spending a lot of time in Florida and of course, commuting from Wareham. And
Okay. Now we can all participate remotely. So.
yeah, I don't know. I had another issue about, I wanted to, are we under new business or old business?
So it's kind of new business. But if you have some old business, we can go back. Kind of all mixed up.
No, this I found out that a half a dozen boards that I know of issued laptops to all their members, and this was done when Prosper started because of the sensitivity of all the disability retiree information was all on that Prosper, and then it worked out well when everybody went to remote meetings. Although some boards still use, believe it or not, the telephone. But in my own case, I'm working on a $100 Kindle. My home computer doesn't have the audio or video capability, and it was just something to kick out there. Like I said, these boards had done it for the Prosper when you went into that confidentiality of all the medical reports and everything. Because if somebody were to get the Kindle here, because I take it everywhere in the car, that information is on there. I mean, it's amazing. I hadn't gotten on in a while. I got on there, discovered a couple of errors, which I forwarded to Jacob and but there is sensitive information there, from all the disability retirees. And then I've been having these connectivity issues, where sometimes this goes in and out. There was almost 2 meetings that I've missed because of the technical glitches. But
So John, can I ask you?
To maybe find out what some of these other boards do, and is it worthwhile to do something like that?
John, can I ask you a question? So if we were to get you a laptop, would that make you elect to run again?
Not really. No, I'm waiting to hear about something in Florida. So, like I said, if I'm going to be gone 3 or 4 months, and then combined with a commute from Wareham the other 5 or 6 months, it's kind of tough. I'm still thinking about it. I haven't made a decision. I will by whatever deadline you set, but we'll see.
Okay. We don't want to pressure you, but I'm going to pressure you. So no, I'm kidding. So yeah, just keep us posted. Let us know what you want to do, and we'll move forward. So do we have anything else? Am I missing anything, Jake or anyone?
No, sorry.
I'd like to ask if we have made any headway on the comments to the state audit, at least in terms of the people that were either overpaid or underpaid, and where we are with that. I think that was the only part of the management letter that concerned me. So.
Yes, Marty and I, before Perec left, Lane and Richard gave me an action item list, if you will, and I printed that out. Marty and I are going to start looking at that in earnest starting next week.
Okay. I just don't want it to fall through the cracks, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, if you could throw that on the agenda for the next meeting, Jake, that would be good, because Bob is right. I mean, that's been a audit comment for a couple of years, and it's quite serious if somebody's being overpaid or more seriously underpaid, that we get that straightened out. If in fact it is correct, we don't know. You know, I don't think anyone's really actually done the research and recalculated things to see if the auditors were correct in that. So
that audit was like what, 2016 to
18.
to 18. You know, I always wonder whether during 2019 and 20 that some of that got corrected anyways. You know, I mean, that wasn't our regular audit. That was something that we requested because of a change in administration. So, you know, I always thought maybe we caught on to some of that, you know, after the audit was completed. But
I think it was 17, 18, 19, I think. I remember them giving them the 19 stuff, but yeah, if you could take a look at those couple of people. It was like 2 people, I think.
It was 19, just so you know.
Was it 19?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if you could just keep it on the agenda so we know where we're at with that, that's the rest of the stuff. Didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, can I just go back to that last question? What, in regards to 2019, what was the question?
Well, I was wondering if this wasn't our regular audit. It was something that we audited special because of a change in administration. So I'm wondering if after that audit was completed that there was a year in which maybe some of this stuff got cleaned up automatically, or...
Yeah, so let me say 2 things to that. Number 1, definitively, it was PEREC audit that was overdue. It was specially requested, but PEREC should have already been here to do that audit. So that one's a little bit on them. It was for the years 2016, 2018. They asked for some sample comparative items from 19 for analysis and comparison, but the audit scope was 2016 through 2018.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just keep at it. Motion to adjourn.
Do I have anything else? Anyone have anything? Any comments, concerns? When is our next meeting? So I don't miss it. I'll put it on my calendar right now. I apologize for that.
Liz brought up a good point to me the other day. November 11th is that Veterans Day?
Yeah, that's Veterans Day. So can you look up, are you at my desk, Jake? Look up, I said this what the holidays are.
Yeah, but nevertheless, I am at your desk, but I'm not sure where the holiday is. Okay, I see them.
Yeah.
So basically November, we have obviously Thanksgiving the 26th and Veterans Day the 11th. So ordinarily, and for Bob Papetti, and I already talked about it anyway.
I have the 18th on my calendar. I have November 18th on my calendar for the meeting.
Yeah, so that's what we were going to ask. Do you want to do the 18th or the 12th?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'd have to do the 12th. I'm heading to Florida on the 15th.
So I guess this is a good time. Does Thursday the 12th work for everybody?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be all right.
That's good for me.
Looks for me.
All right, Liz, I have a list of things that we have to do for this, following this meeting, but I'll add that on my notes, but you might want to add that to your notes as well.
Yeah, I'll add it right now. 9:30, right?
Okay, so it's the 12th, November 12th.
Yep.
All right, do we have anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn, Mr. Merles. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Kowacki. All in favor, Ms. Sincata,
Yes.
Mr. Merles,
Yes.
Mr. Papetti,
Yes, I have a lot to learn.
Mr. Kowacki. It's not too bad. Some of it just, it's routine and it just kind of come to you. Once in a while, there's things out of the ordinary.
I read about the Melanson report, the Siegel report, you know.
We're kind of
But
a,
anyway,
we're kind of a friendly group. We you know.
that's absolutely for sure. That's, thank you though. And yes, I'm in favor of the 12th.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we are, did I do a roll? Yes, I did. Oh, the chair votes yes. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Stay safe, wear your mask, do social distancing, and wash your hands. Okay? Okay. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do you want to stay on, Jake, or?
Yeah, sure, we can stay on, and I did record the meeting.
Yeah.
Liz, actually, let me end this meeting, but I'll send you a new link. That
Okay.
way, because this is being recorded, so we talk off, you know?
Yeah, I think I would suggest you leave the
Yep.
meeting and then get back on.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Goodbye, all.
bye-bye.
Bye.